How about these? Do you like these?
What?
What?
This isn't PJ Masks.
Well, come on, you can't. They're trying here, you know? What do you think? What do you think about that? Hey, how about this one? Here we go. What do you think?
What's that?
She comes with an extra fist
Why?
for punching. See, look at the picture. She's punching. She's angry. Like, get out of my way. Get out of my way. She looks autistic. What are you even listening to?
The moment is here, you can stop your search. It's Comics by Perch.
Hey everybody, this is Perch. Here's a video I'm going to regret, but we're going to do it anyway. The mail goes, Dear Perchington, thank you for carrying forward with that name. Why do comic writers, and by the way, it's always the writers and never the artists, why do comic writers always have to go over the top with their crazy psychosis? Their crazy psychosis online. Many people just want to read good comics and are extremely forgiving if the writer just puts out good stories. But many writers have to screw that up by being complete nutbags. Not many. There's a few. Seriously, I need you guys to be with me on this. I think there's this perception that like the entire mass of comics is filled with lunatic people. And the reality is it's not. There are people who are left-wing, right-wing, religious, not religious, all doing various comics. Some for the big two, some crowdfunding, all the rest. But it's like I interviewed Narwhal and his comic. And people are like, oh my God, it's a clear side purchase CG. At what point? When? Was it the moment in the interview where Narwhal talked about the fact that, we needed to round up all the gays and shoot them? Was that the point? No, wait, he didn't say that. He didn't say that in his video because it'd be gross and absurd. And of course he didn't say that. And if he would have said that, I would have said, all right, fuck it, the interview's off. Because I'm not, keep in mind, if he would have suggested murdering any race or gender, probably, I would have been like, oh, we're not going to put this on the air. No. Just Christ, people. Come on. By the way, I'm still waiting. I put this challenge out there a long time ago. The people like, Perch is one of those bad people. Please send to me the clip, please, where I'm attacking someone because of their race, sexuality, or gender. I'm waiting. I've been waiting for 4 years. Please send the screenshot, send the clip it. I'm waiting. I'd love to hear it. I'm going to be waiting forever because you can't find it because it doesn't exist. So all of you, for all those people who are like, I don't know, go fuck yourselves. Come on. But also, I need you guys, seriously, I need you with me. It's not all the writers. It's not even a majority of the writers. It's a couple loudmouths out there. Like, here we could go. Let's check in on what Mags has to say. Mags says, be trans and be trans out of spite. Foaming, animalistic spite, all claws and teeth. Be trans the way of a rabid badger. Be trans with everything you've got to give. That has 138 likes. 2 bookmarks. 38 retweets. So that's a crazy person. That is a crazy person. Not because Mags is trans. She's not crazy because of that. She's crazy because she's talking about being an identity with a foaming mouth like a rabid badger. That's the crazy part. And it's not that hard to figure out. Lots. There are plenty of trans people out there I support and bought their work, enjoy, what they do. No issues. You might be struck by the fact that, we did an interview with Rachel Pollack. I think it went an hour and a half. Talked to Rachel before and after. Friends might have had correspondence with Rachel. I've had correspondence. And at no point did Rachel say, I've got a foaming teeth of angry, rabid claws and spite. That wasn't Rachel's style, because Rachel wasn't a crazy fucking person. That's why. It's had nothing to do with the trans people. There are plenty of perfectly good trans people. If I wrote, be straight, and be straight out of spite, foaming, animalistic spite, all claws and teeth. Be straight, the way of a rabid badger. Be straight with everything you've got to give. That person, that's a crazy person that would say that. You can insert any sexuality, any gender into that phrase. You sound like a nut. That's what's going on. But this is one person, and it's one person who is so hopelessly addicted to the dopamine off of Twitter that they're willing to, basically every now and then on a regular basis, talk about how Kurt Cobain was trans. That, this person is an antagonist. Because when Mags does that, Mags gets attention, and attention equals dopamine, and that is apparently the fuel that keeps Mags going. It's weird because, you would hope that a comic writer would want to be empowered and fueled and inspired by, writing good comics and getting people to like them. But no, dopamine is the what's going on there. But this is a minority, no pun intended, of comic writers. The vast majority of writers just want to tell their fucking story, get paid, and go home. They do not want to write about foaming rabid teeth, spite. They're not. People aren't like that. I think that we've got to back away a little bit from this idea of everybody is everything. The people who do their comics on Indiegogo are not all crazy hate people. The vast majority are not. When I say vast majority, I'm talking like 99.9%. Yes, that high. Most of the people on that platform are simply like this. I would like to put a comic, toy, game, whatever the hell you're selling on Indiegogo. I would like to put this thing on the platform, raise money, get paid, make more. That is the motivation behind this stuff. They're not joining a cult. And conversely, if people are putting their shit on Kickstarter to serve, it doesn't mean that they're communist libtards. It just means they're trying to get their product out there and get paid for it. That's it. It really is that simple. You can judge people by their words. That is the key. That is what is necessary. If you don't judge people by their words, you get into trouble. Every time. It's quite simple. I think that overall, be it comics, be it anything, but this is a comic channel, so we're talking about comics. In comics, we have to go with what we're presented. And most of the time, what we're presented is, stories. Stories that may be entertaining, stories that may not be entertaining, stories that may be boring. And it's certainly acceptable to say that a lot of these stories are dull, that they don't inspire anything, that they don't do the characters justice, like on and on, whatever it happens to be. There's plenty of comics out there that just kind of come out, you pay $4 for, and they don't mean anything. And you feel kind of dirty and bad for spending $4, but you spent it, and that's it. I think that that to me, that's a problem with comics. Not that there's some comic writer out there talking about foaming teeth of rage and violence, like whatever the fuck is going on there. Not whatever crazy rant Vita or Danny are doing this week on capitalism and how it's tiring and boring, or whatever insanity Tess Fowler's got going on. Like, you notice that the crazy comments are rarely about the comics. They're about whatever dumb bullshit's going on in the background. the comics, by and large, fit into entertaining or boring. And that's it. They're either entertaining or boring. And what you hope is that they're going to be, entertaining, and, more often than not, corporate comics, wind up being kind of dull, or, I mean, I feel bad in many ways for like Jason Aaron. Jason Aaron gets on the Avengers. He's telling his big Avengers story. This is his thing, his opus. His Avengers story, in many ways, spiraled from his Thor saga. I mean, this guy's been writing this story or this arc for like a decade. More? When did he first come on Thor? He's been at this for a while. And the sad part is we're at this Avengers of the Multiversal of Evil kind of story, the Avengers of the God Quarry. And the sad part is there's very little buzz about it, like almost none. And you feel bad for Jason Aaron because, Christ, he's been at this forever. And you would hope that this like big bang conclusion to his storyline would be, there'd be people would be talking about it. But by and large, they're not. I mean, how sad is it? I would say that X-Men Green, which featured a bunch of, bit characters from the X-Men murdering convenience store clerks and doing crazy-ass eco-terrorism things, has more buzz and attention than Jason Aaron's Avengers, which is the conclusion to years of his writing and life. That seems like a shame, right? It seems like a shame to me. The challenge is that in comics, most of the time people get tired and bored of kind of dull things. To me, that's the sin that gets you. The sin that gets you of a comic that is good or a comic that is bad. That's the problem. What the creators do, and again, it's not many, but because you ever notice if you watch these videos, and I'm serious. Right now, there are 500 odd comics coming out in a month. Of that 500 comics, there's at least 400 writers. 400. If you look at YouTube and you look at videos, and you look at people getting talked about, you're talking about 10, maybe. When people are complaining about writers, you're talking about the same 10 people over and over and over again. Some which, like, say, Vita Ayala, aren't even writing comics right now. There's nothing with Vita coming out that's new. So it's these same 10 people, which means, if you're just doing the math, 390 people that just nobody's talking about. So, it's tempting to focus on that 10, because, God damn it, they are going on Twitter and acting like complete lunatics. For sure. No doubt about it. I'm not excusing that behavior, and I'm not saying that that's somehow not bad. I mean, it's bad. It's like a crazy person being crazy online. For sure, it's bad. But the worst thing over time is the 390 writers who are completely ignored. That's somehow worse. Having zero attention, and by and large just apathy to your work, is actually somehow worse. I think we focus a lot on the crazy people, but we got to realize the crazy people are acting crazy in order to get attention. So when we talk about them, we're giving them exactly what we want. Even if it's negative attention, it's still attention because they're so hopelessly addicted to the drama around it. So, everybody can do what they want. I'm not saying stop doing what you're doing. Just, raise a toast to all the people who are nobody is talking about. When was the last time you saw like a big video on whatever the hell Jason Aaron's doing with the Avengers? Nobody's talking about that. And that seems like kind of a problem. Thanks for listening.